Hey guys, Tyrantt here. Welcome to Tyrantt's Pro Whooper Freestyle Bootcamp 101. If this is your first time hearing about the bootcamp, then make sure to check out our website at prowhooper.com to learn how to participate and take your freestyle skills to the next level. Before we discuss the details of this week's lesson and trick tutorials, I would love to give a shout out to our sponsor of the week, Nick Burns. Nick Burns is not just a stand-up guy. He's also a key contributor to the micro community. Nick has been involved in FPV since 2015 and is renowned for his insightful YouTube videos focused on microquads. He excels in evaluating and comparing products, offering valuable perspectives and in-depth knowledge that help guide tens of thousands of pilots in their FPV journey. With over 1,000 videos and more than 11 million views, his work reflects the high level of respect that he has earned within the community. Beyond his content, Nick is a strong supporter of community events, including our Freestyle Bootcamp. He believes that FPV is more than just a hobby. It's an exciting and liberating experience, and he's dedicated to sharing that passion with all of us. Nick's impact on the micro community is truly remarkable. His dedication to advancing the hobby and his genuine enthusiasm for helping others make him an invaluable asset to our community. Let's celebrate Nick Burns for his outstanding contributions and the inspiration he brings to pilots everywhere. Now, to guide us through this week's lesson and trick tutorials will be our featured mentor of the week, Blasta. Blasta is one of our dedicated Pro Whooper team pilots and mentors. He began his journey a little over a year ago after diving headfirst into an FPV rabbit hole on YouTube. Initially drawn to freestyle, he used iGAL4 as a fun way to learn and quickly fell in love with the hobby. Since the fall of 2023, Blasta has taken on the challenge of racing, a new passion that he has been thoroughly enjoying. As a mentor, Blasta has been invaluable in helping build up the Whoop community. His dedication to the community and his willingness to share his knowledge and expertise makes him a fantastic mentor. Now, let's pass it over to Blasta, who will introduce this week's lesson and trick tutorials.
What's up everyone, and welcome to Tyrantt's Freestyle Bootcamp, week number 2. I'm your host and mentor for this week, Blasta, and we got some fun things in store for y'all. This week, we're going to be learning flips, we're going to be learning rolls, and we're going to be learning yaw spins. Hold on one second. What's up, Tyrantt? Yeah, I'm with them right now. We're doing the flips and rolls and yaw spins. Wait, segmented roll? Inverted yaw, vanny roll? Are you sure about this, Tyrantt? I don't think they're ready for this. All right, man, whatever you say. Just got word from the big man up top. We're gonna be changing things up a little bit, turn it up a notch. So this week, we're gonna be doing flips. We're going to be doing rolls, we're going to be doing yaw spins, but we're also going to be learning about segmented flips, segmented rolls, inverted yaw spins, and a little bit of a bonus, the vanny roll. Let's get started.
What's up guys, it's Blasta here. I'm back in the studio. We're going to be looking at some sim sessions and then some real sessions to show you guys how to do your flips, rolls, and yaw spins. I got my little trusty drone here if you want to watch over in the side, or you can watch my sticks or just the screen while we're showing you guys the stuff. So flips, rolls, and yaw spins, all kind of the same basic movement. The main thing you're going to work on is the throttle blip catch, as Mr. Steele used to say in some of his videos. You want to give it a little bit of throttle before your flip or roll. Then cut the throttle, do your flip or your roll, and then catch with some throttle. Look in the sim here, let's take a look at my sticks to see what I'm doing. I'm doing that throttle blip catch motion we talked about. After I give it a little bit of throttle, I move the pitch axis forward or backwards to do a front flip or back flip, and then catch it with the throttle again. Here you can see some outside clips. Now the goal is to make sure that after you complete your flip, you are almost level with the horizon or at the same angle you started your flip at. That'll give you a nice clean flip, and you can see I'm doing the same here with the throttle blip catch. When you get a little bit better at your flips, you can try doing them a little bit faster, gaining some precision, moving that pitch axis forward or down quickly, and then back to the center to complete your flip, staying level with the horizon for a nice clean flip. So now let's move on to segmented flips. Segmented flips will not be required as part of the challenge, but it gives the pro pilots a little bit extra to work with this week. For a segmented flip, it's going to be the same concept as a normal flip. You're going to be using your throttle to give it a little bit of a blip, using your pitch access to flip the quad forward or backwards, but you're going to be doing a half flip, so you're going to invert the quad, keep it upside down and level with the horizon for about a second, and then flip it back to the normal position. You want to make sure you end the flip in the same direction that you started the flip with the same flip motion, otherwise it's a slightly different trick. If we look at some outside clips of me doing it here, you can see me doing just that, giving it a little bit of throttle blip, inverting the quad, keeping it upside down for about a second, and then flipping back to the normal position.
So now we're going to move on to rolls. For a roll, you're going to be using the same concept as a flip, except you're going to be rolling left or right on your roll axis. To do a proper roll, you're going to be using the throttle blip catch just the same as a flip, except once you get to the top of the throttle, move your roll axis left or right, and then back to center again as you catch yourself after you've completed the roll. Let's see how it looks in the sim. I just give it a little bit of throttle, cut the throttle at the top, and do my roll, and then I'll catch my roll at the bottom of the roll. Now this isn't required, you can do it a little bit faster than this. You don't need to do throttle blip catch, you can sometimes just do it while straight throttling, that's fine too. And if you want to do a faster roll, you can see here that I'm moving both sticks in opposite direction. That'll allow you to use both the roll and the yaw axis at the same time to do a much faster roll. It is a bit harder to get right though and land so that you're facing the correct direction and not tilted one way or the other, but it does give you a little bit of a faster roll. Now you can see here in real life, doing a little bit of rolls, same concepts. Do your best to try to land the flips and the rolls so that you are level with the ground and are facing the same direction and not tilted up, down, left, right, one way or the other. If you're struggling with your flips and rolls, remember it's all muscle memory. Go into the sim and give it some practice, or go outside, give your drone some height, and practice the muscle memory of doing the flips and rolls over and over again. See what you can do. Now we're going to move on to segmented rolls. Similar to the segmented flips, you're going to throttle, give it a little bit of blip at the top, do half of a roll, keep it for about half a second to a second, and then catch yourself. It might help a little bit if you're doing a roll a little bit faster, but it also might be more difficult to catch yourself at the top where you're actually inverted. When you are doing these inverted tricks, it makes it easier if when you flip and roll, you try to align yourself with the horizon. This will get you flat and level, and sort of give you a point of reference for you to flip back to the normal position. Remember again that the segmented flips, segmented rolls, and the inverted yaw spin and the vanity roll are not required for this week's challenge. Now let's move on to yaw spins. To do a yaw spin, you're going to maintain altitude in one direction, and then using your yaw axis, you're going to turn 360 degrees while trying to keep as level as possible with the horizon. Obviously, you don't always need to turn 360 degrees. There are 180 degree yaw spins, 540 degree yaw spins, and so on. Sometimes, as you can see here, if you have a higher camera angle especially, you might want to add a little bit of roll access into your yaw. Even though this is not a yaw spin, it's technically called a flat spin. It will help you do a little bit of a yaw if you have a higher camera angle. The best way to do a yaw spin is though to have your drone level with the horizon, so when you are yawing, you are actually using 100% of your yaw axis to spin. It is a little bit tricky sometimes to get the motion down so that you're yaw spinning 180 degrees exactly and facing the same point you were before you started the yaw spin. So I would definitely try practicing that, because that is going to help a lot if you do inverted tricks like that include yaw spins. For our final inverted trick, the inverted yaw spin. Now remember, this is not required for this week's challenge. This is going to be a little bit more of an advanced trick for those advanced pilots. But let's take a look at it anyway. To do an inverted yaw spin, first give your quad some throttle. Then cut the throttle at the top and flip or roll into the inverted position. I find a flip to be a little bit easier. Once you're inverted, you're going to do your 360 degree yaw spin, or however much yaw you want to do, and then flip back into the normal position, pushing up your throttle and catching yourself. You can flip or roll into your inverted yaw spin in any direction, and flip or roll out, but it's best to complete the flip or roll that you started.
to make for a clean trick. If you're struggling with your inverted yaw spins, remember that altitude control is key. Make sure you have a good POI to look at before you start your spin. You want to try to get the flipping motion down so that you're flipping to inverted every single time. That is the most important part about the inverted yaw spin. Now onto our final trick, the Vanny roll. The Vanny roll combines two of these tricks that we just learned, the roll and the yaw spin, together. It works best if you're using a larger quad, mainly because larger quads go faster, so that's what I'm using in the sim here. But it can be done with a whoop as long as you have enough speed to be able to turn around and actually roll while continuing to move backwards. Obviously, if you're not moving backwards, it would still count as a Vanny roll, but it looks cooler if you continue to move backwards as you roll. To do a proper Vanny roll, start by building up speed, and then do a 180-degree yaw spin. Try to keep a point of interest in your field of view so that you know when you've turned 180 degrees. After you turn 180 degrees, you need to maintain altitude for about a split second, give it a little bit of throttle, and then do your roll. Try to roll in the opposite direction from your yaw spin in order to maintain momentum. You also want to do your best to build up speed before this trick, as more speed makes it easier to maintain backwards momentum while you're doing your roll. So, now let's get to the challenge for this week. For this week, we're not going to be doing any inverted tricks, just the flips, the rolls, and the yaw spins. So, you're going to be doing one flip in each direction, forward and backwards, one roll in each direction, left and right, and one yaw spin in each direction, left or right. They must be 360-degree yaw spins. Try to land so your quad is facing the same point that you started at. This will make it a clean flip, roll, or yaw spin. These tricks don't have to be all in the same clip, but we do encourage it. We also encourage you to try out the segmented and inverted tricks if you want to spice up your video a little bit. But remember that the segmented and inverted tricks are not required for this week. The bonus for this week will be the Vanny roll. You will get 20 extra points for completing a Vanny roll. There will also be a Blasta bounty for this week for the inverted yaw spin. The Blasta bounty will consist of a $100 prize pool that anybody can get into by completing an inverted yaw spin in their video for this week. Everybody who completes an inverted yaw spin will get entered into a prize pool for a random drawing of two $50 gift cards, or possibly 4 $25 gift cards. I haven't decided yet. But you will get the chance to win some money if you do complete an inverted yaw spin. I know some of these tricks may seem difficult, but I really encourage you to push yourself to try and get better. Flips, rolls, and yaw spins are the basis for almost every trick, and being able to invert yourself becomes the basis for more advanced tricks. Remember, the more you're crashing, the more you're improving. Make sure your video is only 60 seconds long, and that you submit by next Saturday on the due date. Alright, I think that's all for me, so back to you, Tyrantt.
Dude, hey, can you hear me? No. Do not make them do an inverted yaw spin on the second lesson of the 101 bootcamp. Dude. Hello? I think he just hung up on me. That or he can't hear me. I don't know why. I guess we have no other choice but to roll with it. So just to recap, we're going to be doing flips, rolls, yaw spins, with an objectional bonus challenge of performing a Vanny roll, and a chance to earn Blasta's bounty by performing an inverted yaw spin. Don't tell Blasta, but I'm going to give you guys a tip to be able to knock out this inverted yaw spin. He didn't say anything about having to do this inverted yaw spin close to the ground, so fly up high, way up there, take your time, go inverted, do a 360 yaw spin, and then come back. If you're a new pilot, please, for the love of God, do not go above 400 feet in the air. There's no reason to go that high to perform this trick. By learning these fundamental tricks, you're going to be setting a strong foundation for the more advanced tricks coming in the weeks ahead. So make sure you really take your time to nail these tricks. The deadline to complete your video is on Saturday, August 10th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know Blasta said that the time limit is 60 seconds, but if you want to use our Bootcamp 101 logo at the start of your video, you can extend your time limit to 65 seconds while earning some bonus points at the same time. Once your video is ready, upload it to YouTube, set it to public or enlisted, and share the link via our submission form on prowhooper.com. And we would love to see your progress, so please also share your video in our Bootcamp video section on Discord. Showcasing your journey will help you keep track of your progress, inspire and motivate fellow pilots, and connect with others within the community. The review live stream is planned to be next Saturday, August 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we will also be hosting a midweek Pro Whooper Show live stream to showcase the best videos from this week's lesson on Wednesday, August 14th at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. These videos will be judged beforehand, and the winner will be announced during the live stream. The judging criteria will focus on the pilot who best utilizes their environment, meaning that you should be making the most of your surroundings by performing tricks on various obstacles within your area. For example, if you're flying at a playground, you could power loop a bench, chase a dog, perform a roll through the swings, land on a slide and disarm to go down the slide, orbit a tree, anything you can think of. Just the more variety you bring to your video, the better your chances of winning the Pilot of the Week. The standout pilot who best utilizes their environment will be awarded the Newbie Drone Pilot of the Week prize. Newbie Drone is not only a leading local whoop company, but also a premier one-stop drone shop based in California. They offer 4% cash back on all purchases and provide price matching to ensure you get the best deal. Click the link in the video description to explore their extensive selection, ranging from whoops to 5-inch drones. And finally, we will be giving away over $575 worth of prizes this week, including PayPal cash from Nick Burns, gift cards, flight controllers, and more. Make sure to submit your video on time for a chance to get your hands on these fantastic prizes. If you would like a 2-day early access to have more time to work on these lessons, or if you would like to support the time, effort, and money that goes into Pro Whooper, please consider becoming a Patreon member. You can also support us by using our affiliate links on ProWhooper.com, in the YouTube video description, or anywhere we provide a link. And that about wraps it up. For the written details of this week's lesson, as well as access to our visual Trictionary, build list, leaderboards, and more, please visit ProWhooper.com. And I would like to conclude by thanking everyone for participating in Freestyle Bootcamp 101. I'm excited to see your video submissions and watch you progress throughout the bootcamp. So with that being said, have fun, happy flying, and Tyrantt out.